Soon, old Stuck-Up was coupled up to his freight cars. And the yard manager spoke to him. You need to pull these freight cars slowly. Make sure none of the freight will fall out of the cars. Okay? You got it, sir. And with that, old Stuck-Up set it off. The next day, old Stuck-Up had to take some freight cars full of candy and chocolate to Mr. Jolly's chocolate factory. When the freight cars saw him, they knew that old Stuck-Up had been sent away in disgrace after he crashed into Titman sheds. And they're going to try and make a plan to send him packing. Alright, you silly freight cars, said old Stuck-Up. I need to take you to the caboose. But the freight cars didn't even reply. They were going to make a plan. Alright, as soon as we get over the viaduct, we'll put on our brakes. Alright, said the freight cars. Soon old Stuck-Up shuttled the freight cars up the viaduct. But the silly freight cars just put it on their brakes. Old Stuck-Up tried to push, but the freight cars were too heavy. Awkward, said old Stuck-Up. I'm gonna have to give it a hard push. The freight cars heard this and had an idea. As old Stuck-Up was about to back up, he raced up to the freight cars and biffed them hard. And one of the freight cars fell off the viaduct and crashed down below. And the other freight cars followed. Whoops, he said. Soon Harvey arrived with the breakdown train and Rocky, and the three cranes went to go clean up the mess. As soon as they got started, Sir Topham Hatt spoke to old Stuck-Up. Since you have been working hard and caused a bit of a mess to Nafford Yards, you shall be working at Vickerstown for a while. Hopefully that will make you useful. Yes, sir, said old Stuck-Up. Meanwhile, Diamond was bringing a passenger train to Nafford Harbor. Then, suddenly, he heard a splash as he came down the hill. As she went to the station, his driver was concerned. You lost some water, said his driver. James was about to get ready to leave. The driver and fireman tried to wave, but James had already left. Soon James had went over the hill. I'll do it, he said. But halfway up, he was not so sure. Or 18 years ago, he tried to get up the Gordon's Hill with his coach, but unfortunately, his wheel slipped on the leaves, and he couldn't able to pull. And he raced down the hill, and Gordon had to help him. And James was hoping he didn't, that he wouldn't slide down the hill again, but he was wrong. Halfway up, he was not so sure. I must do it, he said. But his wheel slipped on the water that came out of Simon. He couldn't pull the train at all. Not again, said James. And he slid down the hill. His driver shut off steam and put on the brakes. And James and the coaches came tumbling down the hill. Old Stuck-Up saw everything. Ah, well, we live and learn, he said. Don't worry, James. I'm going to push behind. Soon James and Old Stuck-Up set it off over the viaduct. And Old Stuck-Up put sand on the rails as they made it to the top. They soon made it to the top. We can do it, said James. We will do it, said Old Stuck-Up. At last they reached the top. Thank you, goodbye, said James. Goodbye, said Old Stuck-Up. When Henry and Priscilla came back from the works, Old Stuck-Up was about to get ready to go to Vickerstown. And the five and Gordon, James, and Simon gave Old Stuck-Up a goodbye whistle. We'll miss you, they said. I'll miss you all too, said Old Stuck-Up. Alright, I'm ready. And Old Stuck-Up boiled away.